and welcome in or welcome back. It's a MonkieMar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click the like, the subscribe, and the bell for notifications.
Hey guys, so today obviously was insane. I have tons and tons of footage to post, but I have not had time. When I was out in the swamp, there was no service. When we left, I mean, so much happened. I haven't had time. So I'm going to tell you what happened and how and what led to finding Gabby Petito's water bottle, because a lot happened and I have not had time to post the footage. I'm on the road right now. When I get home, I will. So right now, I'm going to tell you what happened. So we would not have found Gabby Petito's water bottle if it wasn't for a tip that I got last night. I cannot say the name of this man because he wants to remain anonymous. He and his family, they don't want his name out there for privacy reasons. So I'm just going to call him Jay, just a random name, or Joe, Joe. Okay. So I got a phone call, and this man says that he saw my TikTok video that I posted 2 days ago, where I literally pinpointed exactly where we found the tent and the remains to the left. I'm sure you've seen that video. If you haven't, you can watch it. He said he lives like a few blocks away from the Myakkahatchee Creek Trail, and he walked over there because he was intrigued, just like many other people. And he was there, and he found a noose hanging from a tree near where Brian's remains were. He also said there was a woman there also searching, and she said she found a black do-rag that had a green marijuana leaf, and it said, what did it say? It said, hold on, I have to find what it said. So I looked at the text message Joe sent me, but it said, "This bud's for you." So it's a black do-rag, and the woman, she said it was Brian Laundrie's, and she had it, and she also told Joe that she found other things, but when Joe asked, like, oh, what else did you find? She was like, are you a policeman? And he was like, no, and she didn't want to say what she found. I actually have, hold on, let me show you something. I recorded our whole phone call with Joe and I. It's very fascinating. I highly recommend listen to this, but he talks about the woman. He talks about a lot of things. Listen to this. So when Joe told me that, I immediately called Andra and Jonathan, and I was like, we have to meet this guy tomorrow morning and see if this is really true, that there is a noose hanging from a tree. So today at 8 a.m., Jonathan, Andra, Joe, and my mom and I meet at 8 o'clock. We walk the 11 to 15 minutes to the tree with the noose. I'm running out of time. Okay, so I'm doing a part 2. Do not watch this unless you've seen part 1. You won't know what the heck I'm talking about. So, where did I leave off? So, I received a tip last night. A man said that he found a noose on a tree. So, at 8 a.m. today, my two friends, Joe and my mom, we went to see if this was really true. When we arrived and when we saw the noose, we immediately called police because it really looked like a noose, and I'm going to show you the photo. Now, remember, this noose was literally, I would say, maybe 300 feet away from the tent, which was all over the news. It was the tent that was near where they set it up near where Brian's remains were. And then this noose was also maybe 500 feet from the 3 spots where his remains were found. Again, I posted a video 2 days ago where I showed orange markings of where there were remains. So that's how close this noose was to the crime scene, literally. So here's a picture of the noose. So when we called police, it took like maybe 20 minutes and a police officer came. He found the spot. Only one police officer came. And he told us immediately, we didn't touch anything. We took pictures and we stepped away. And then he asked Joe a bunch of questions, which I have on video and I will show you. But we later found out that one of the police officers, because another one later came right after, one said that this was a swing and it's been there for years, and there was actually wood on the bottom, but it broke off. So they debunked it. It's not a noose. It's a swing. Again, there's a lot of controversy to this because it looks like a noose, and even if it's a swing, it's just kind of creepy, and it's the fact that it was at such a close proximity to Brian's remains. That's why we were so suspicious, and we wanted to make sure that it wasn't a noose, so that's why we called the police. Okay, here's part 3. I did not realize this would take so long, so this actually might be pretty long, okay? So bear with me. You need to watch part 1 and part 2 before watching this to understand. So where we last left off, we showed a police officer a noose on a tree, which was debunked to be a swing. Here's some video footage of Joe, the man who tipped me and told me originally about the noose. He told the police officer about the woman who found Brian Laundrie's do-rag and other belongings. So here's the video.
And then she said, yeah, I mean, she found the do-rag, and I said, I've seen pictures of him in do-rags. He had the bald head, and then the second one she didn't want to tell me about. And
she found that over on the other side, about 500 feet over on that side?
She found it about 500 feet from this site, but literally 15 feet. There's one circle when you walk in. There's a second circle where there was evidence. She found it 15 feet from where the second circle of evidence was on the other side. Okay.
So about 5 feet from the noose, this was there on the ground. It is a piece of fabric. I'll show you the 2 other things that we found near the noose. A purple lighter and this charcoal colored water bottle. Sorry, it's so dark, but again, we showed the police officer these 3 things: the fabric, the lighter, and the water bottle. Let me put some light on here so you can see me. But after that, we decided to keep looking, because when Joe told me that there was a woman who found this do-rag that supposedly was Brian Laundrie's, it really got us all thinking, wow, if this woman found that and she didn't tell Joe or didn't want to tell him the other items that she found, what else could there be out there? And that really sparked our curiosity, and we decided, we're not going to end the search and just call it a day and say, oh, the noose was just a swing, let's go home. No, we were like, nah, something just doesn't sit right. We're going to keep on looking. So we went back to the original location where Brian's remains were found, the 3 spots with the orange spray paint, where the woman 15 feet away from, I think, the second one was where she found the do-rag. So we're looking around in this area. We kind of split up. My mom goes way out. Wow, I cannot talk. My mom goes way out to the very end, and I kind of go to the right. Joe goes to the left, and Andrea and Jonathan are also there. So we're all kind of split up looking around. Again, during this time, there were now 2 police officers, and they were kind of chilling near the noose, and I don't even really, quite frankly, know what happened. I wasn't paying attention to the policemen, but I know they were still in the general vicinity.
So here's part 4 on how I found Gabby Petito's water bottle in this field. If you have not seen part 1, part 2, and part 3, please watch that before watching this so you understand how and why I ended up in this field. So in my last video, I talked about how we all spread apart in this area because there were 3 spots with orange spray paint. And my mom decided to keep walking a little further, so I decided to follow her. Once you keep walking, basically the forest stops and there's this field. So I just kept pursuing my mom, and she was literally across this field. And I have video footage of me filming me walking towards the field. And another thing that all of us made sure to do, my mom, Andrea, Jonathan, and Joe, is we were filming literally the entire time. So when we were walking and scouting the area, we had a phone in our hand filming. We made sure to do this. So I'm going to play a little bit of the video of me finding the bottle. Oh, and one more thing. So when I approached the end of the woods and faced this clearing, this field, my mom yelled something. She said that there was orange spray paint. So that's why I was really adamant on going through this field, because she was pointing out something. So we're looking for other stuff in the area where Brian Laundrie's remains were. My mom just said that she found an orange spray, like orange spray paint. Mom, how did you get through here? There's rattlesnakes in here. There's a water bottle right here. Whoa, I just found something. So here's a point of reference to show you. So here's the bottle. Where I'm pointing at that tree, under that tree is where I will show you in the next video, the spot where we all believe, and we really 100%, like, no doubt believe this is the spot where Brian Laundrie passed away on. That spot right there is about, I mean, I can guess that is at least maybe 200 feet away. That tree right there, where there's an officer standing talking to, I forget who that is, I can't tell from here, that is where we find bones, which I will also show you. But here is just a reference point. I later found out that my mom actually went around the field, so she didn't trek through the field. So I found the bottle because I was trekking right through the field. So this person actually here was a reporter. We weren't the only ones out there, guys. Remember, the park is open to the public. Anybody and their mom and grandma can literally come here right now and look around. In fact, we saw some people, we saw several people out there. So in part 5, I'm going to talk about the remains under the tree and the bones over here. All right, so this is part 5. Here's Gabby Petito's bottle. That is the tree with the remains under it. And I'm going to play you the next video that I took right after this. Again, please watch all of the parts before watching this video so you understand what's going on. So my mom found an orange. Oh, God. I just almost stepped on something, yeah.
Oh, hold on.
You see something?
Yeah, they're bones. They may be animals.
You found bones?
It's a spine.
It's a spine.
Some sort.
Oh. So once we had found the bones, at this point was when the 2 police officers made their way down to this field, because when my mom was the first one to find the field, and when she yelled about that orange spray paint, that's when I followed her, and then everyone started coming.
Look human?
The officers didn't say anything. One stepped away to talk. I tried to overhear the conversation, and I couldn't really hear much. He was just saying that there were bones found, and then he was like, yeah, okay, and then that was all. So it's a little confusing, but in terms of whether or not there is confirmation on those bones, if they're human or not, all we know is that Northport police said, quote, they are not related to this case or any other. So that's all they had to say about that. All right, so now we're going to talk about the orange spot that my mom had found. It is confirmed that this is Brian because the reporter, he actually, he's from Fox News, he was there when Chris and Roberta went to this spot and found the white dry bag. In this picture is literally right next to that orange spot. I would say the orange spot is like to the far right of them. They found the white bag here?
Right here.
Right,
Like there.
right there.
I told you they took that tree off to have more space to look.
Okay.
I told you.
It smells right here in this area badly.
Yeah, we were here the other day. This spot.
Okay. So as you just heard in that video, you can scroll it back. He said this is Brian. So it's confirmed right here where remains. Now, I just feel uncomfortable even talking about this, but the smell was putrid. There was a stench and it was very strong. And the other 3 locations back towards the woods where we had originally found the other day, there was no smell. This was the only orange spray painted spot that had a very, very strong smell to it. I don't know, it smelled like ammonia to me. Gosh, I'm running out of time. But I'm gonna do part 6 to this, okay? Okay, here's part 6. And we found 2 men's ankle socks. And this was probably a couple feet away from where his remains were found.
There's just a sock. So this is the second sock. We found 2 black ones.
Here's another picture of those socks. And then literally a few yards away from the socks, in the tree line, Joe came across this fabric. It looks like yarn. They were thinking maybe it was part of a hammock.
The same type of material that you would kind of see in, you know, in the colors of fancy hammock type things.
Oh yeah, part of a hammock.
Maybe.